Hello friends, welcome to the session on data structures. In this session, we'll be discussing about insertion in the linked list. In this session, we will see how it is possible to insert the element in the linked list. There are different methods for the insertion, such as we can insert the element either at the beginning, or we can insert the element at end of the linked list, or we can insert the element anywhere in between. So these algorithms we are going to discuss in this session, and also we will write the corresponding C program to perform insertion in the linked list. Friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to see many other videos on the various topics of the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question what we mean by insertion in the linked list. Now we know that a linked list is a linear collection of the data elements, and these data elements are not necessarily to be stored in the successive memory locations. That is, they may be stored in the different parts of the memory. We know that every linked list will consist of a node, where every node will consist of a data part or information part, and it will have a pointer part also. And this pointer part is a kind of a link that will point to the next element of the linked list. So every element in the linked list will have a pointer, and this pointer will point to the next element in the linked list. Linked list, as I said, is a collection of nodes, and every node will have the two values. The first value will be the data value, and the second value will be the pointer value, that is the memory address of the next element. Now, it is always required that whenever we create some linked list, then it is necessary that we can perform the operation of insertion in the linked list. That is, it is needed to add some new element in the linked list. So whenever you want to add any new element in the linked list, then that insertion can be done either at the beginning of the linked list, or you can insert the element at the end of the linked list, or you can go to any specific location, and at that location you can insert element into the linked list. And whenever you want to remove the element from the linked list, then that is being called as a deletion operation. But as far as this session is concerned, we are going to discuss only about the insertion in the linked list, the different methods for inserting an element into the linked list. So let us start the session with the first method, and this method is being called as an insertion at the beginning of the linked list. Now suppose we have been provided a linked list where the linked list will consist of three nodes. The first node is having a value 5, the second node is having a value 10, and the third node is having a value 15. Now the pointer of the first node will point to the next element, that is second element. The pointer of the second element will point to the third element, and the pointer of the third element will have a value null, because this is the last element of the linked list. And we have a head or start pointer, and this pointer will point to the first element of the linked list. Now whenever we want to insert an element at the beginning of the linked list, then it is necessary to break this link, so that the head or the start pointer will now point to a new node. That is, it is necessary that we should create a new node, and then after creation of the new node, you must assign a data value and a pointer value. Now this pointer value should be the start or begin of the linked list, so that it will point to the first element of the linked list, and the head or the start pointer should point to the new node, so that this element will be added at the beginning of the linked list. Now these are the steps that we need to perform whenever we want to make insertion at the beginning of the linked list. Now initially we will check whether it is possible to allocate the memory for a new node. If it is not possible, then we will print the message. It is an overflow situation, that is no free memory is being available for the insertion. Otherwise, we can allocate the space to the new node. And once you allocate the space to the new node, then you can set the data values of the new node so that the info field will get assigned with the input data value, and the next pointer will get assigned to the begin or start of the linked list. And now begin will get assigned to the address of the new node. So as shown in this diagram, we will assign the begin or start to a new node, and the new node pointer will be assigned with the begin value so that the element will get inserted into the linked list. Another possibility of insertion is that you can insert the element into the linked list at the end of the linked list. Now, suppose you want to insert the element at the end of the linked list. Suppose this is the linked list which is being provided consisting of 3 elements. And now you want to insert the element at the end. And therefore, what should be done is that you should break this link so that the last element should not have a pointer value equal to null now. Instead, this pointer value should be set to the new node. So whenever you want to insert an element at the end of the linked list, it is necessary that you should create, first of all, the new node. Then you will assign the pointer value of the last element. So you need to perform the traversing operation through the linked list. And then the last element should be assigned, the pointer value of the last element should be assigned to a new node. And then the pointer value of the new node should be assigned with a null value. Now, this can be the algorithm that can be written for the insertion at the end of the linked list. Now, initially, we will check whether the new node creation is possible or not. And if it is not possible, then we will print the overflow message. If the new node creation is possible, then we will create the new node and we will allocate the memory space to the new node. Then we will set the data value for the new node by making the use of the statement info is equal to data and next is equal to null. So observe that this is the last element. The new node is the last element of the linked list, and therefore here it is necessary to set the pointer value of the new node equal to null. And then we will traverse the list. So we will check if the list is consisting of an element or not. If the list itself is empty, not consisting of an element, then this will be our first element. Otherwise, we will traverse through the list by making the use of the repeat while loop. And then at the end of the loop, what we will do is that we will set the next pointer is equal to the new. So this pointer, the last element of the linked list, has to be set to the new node. So this is the algorithm, and accordingly, we can write the C program in order to perform the insertion operation either at the beginning or at end. It is possible that you can insert an element into the linked list at a specific location. So we have seen two algorithms. We can insert the element at the beginning. We can insert the element at the end of the linked list. And it is also possible that you can insert the data element at the specific location of the linked list. Now, suppose you want to insert the element at the specific location in the linked list, then what is to be done? Suppose this is the linked list, this is the start or head pointer, which will point to the first element, which will consist of the data and the next pointer. Now, suppose you want to insert after the second element. Now, when you want to insert at the second element, then what is needed that you should make a break in this link in such a way that you should create some new node, and then the pointer value of the second element, that is the element which is previous to the element where you want to insert the new element. The pointer value should be set to the new element, and then the pointer value of the new element should be set to the next element. So if this is done, then it is possible that anywhere in between the linked list, you can insert the new element. So what steps we need to perform you need to traverse the linked list up to the position -1 node. So you should know what is the position where you want to insert the new node. Then once all position -1 nodes are traversed, then you can allocate the memory, and then you can allocate the data for the given node. And then you need to point to the next pointer of the new node, to the next of the current node. And then you point the next pointer of the current node to the new node. So this is the way by which you can change the pointer values of the position -1 and the pointer value of the new node. So once these settings are done, then it is possible that you are inserting an element anywhere in between the linked list. Now we will go for a complete C program where we can demonstrate all different types of insertions. Now, initially we need to include the corresponding header files. Then we need to create a linked list node for which we will make the use of the statement structure node, which will consist of two fields, data and a pointer next, which will point to the next element. Then in the first function push, what we will do is that we will insert the element at the start of the linked list, in front of the linked list. So in order to create the node, we can make the use of this statement, new node is equal to structure node star memory allocation. So this memory allocation function is being used for allocation of the memory. Then we will put the data by making the use of the statement data is equal to new data. And then we will set the pointer next such that the pointer next will be set to the start of the linked list. And then we will move head to pointer to point to the new node. And by making the use of this statement, star head reference is equal to new node. And then we can write a function for insertion in the linked list at a position which is being known to us, so that we can write a function insert after, and then we will see what is the previous node, and if it is to be equal to null, then the previous node cannot be null, that message will be printed. And then we will allocate the memory to the new node, and we will assign the data values to the fields of the new node. Then we will make the or set the pointer next of the new node equal to the previous node, and then we will move the next of the previous node as the new node, because we are inserting at a specific location. And then if you want to insert at the end of the linked list, then we can write a function append, where again we will allocate the node, allocate the memory, then we will assign the data values to the elements of the new node. And then since we are making an insertion at the end of the linked list, therefore the pointer value will be set to null of the new node. And then if the list is empty, then this will be our first element. Else otherwise, we will traverse the list by making the use of the while statement. And then finally, we will change the next of the last node, that is the next pointer of the last node. And this is a function print list that is being used in order to print the contents of the linked list. Now in the main program, initially what we will do is that we will start with an empty list, and then we will insert the first element into the linked list by making the use of the statement append and head, 6. Then we will insert the next element 7 into the linked list, so that the list will now contain two elements 7 and 6. Then we will insert 1 at the beginning by making the use of the function push and head, 1, so that the list will become 1, 7 and 6. Then we will insert 4 at the end of the linked list by making the use of the statement append and head, 4, so that the linked list will become 1, 7, 6 and 4. And then we will insert 8 after 7, so that the linked list will become 1, 7, 8, 6, and 4. And this can be achieved by making the use of the function insert after head next comma 8. And then we will print the corresponding linked list by making the use of the function print list. And then finally, we will return 0 to our main function. So when you execute this program by making the use of any online C compiler, then you will find that the linked list will be printed, and the linked list that is being printed is 1, 7, 8, 6, and 4. So exactly you will find that the operations that we have been performed, accordingly, the contents of the linked list will be printed on the screen. So thank you friends for viewing the session. Hopefully you have understood how to perform insertion in the linked list. Thank you all for viewing the session.